Hey, good evening to you. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. I hope everyone is having an absolutely wonderful evening. I, of course, am your Bill Sylvie, the host, Dungeon Delver. You can put them together in any order you want. It's like Latin. But anyway, I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic Tuesday, or insofar as much as any Tuesday can be considered fantastic. I hope you're having one, or some close approximation thereof. But we have got a lot of fun in store for you guys. We're going to be playing at 9 o'clock some first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and that is going to be an absolute blast, a sagacious experience in which you guys will get to vicariously participate in the game of Dungeons and Dragons, the advanced version as created by Gary Gygax and published by TSR Hobbies between the years of 1977 and 1989. 12 years, that's a pretty good run for a role-playing game these days, I would say. Although one might argue by the end of that time that it was fairly mutated into something that was pretty different, but we can have that argument another time. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing wonderfully. Robert Phillips, Vincent Nota Bartolo, Ricky Maru, who will be in the green room in a little bit, Vinger, Damien, John Stewart Keller, Chris, LHRPG. So, yeah. I hope everyone is wonderful. Is 1989 the official end of first edition? Yes and no. So, TSR announced second edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, but understand by this point, by 1989, because Gary left in 1986, so there were 3 years, but Gary had already released Unearthed Arcana, which had further mutated Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and then there was, of course, right on the heels of it, Oriental Adventures, which oddly enough bore his name. So with Oriental Adventures, it was supposed to have been written by, I believe, Francois Freudeval, but the work went to Jim Ward, but Gary's name was put on the book. He was a little nonplussed by it. But then we had Wilderness Survival Guide, Dungeoneer Survival Guide, Manual of the Plains, and Greyhawk Adventures, which states on the cover, compatible with second edition. So there was a lot of stuff that began to change the nature of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in the interregnum between Gary's departure and the ascent of second edition. But, and this is important to note, TSR was still receiving requests from both gamers and game stores for first edition AD&D players' handbooks and copies of Unearthed Arcana. Those sold very well into the early life of second edition. People still wanted them. And TSR was still printing quantities of them. I think, and I could be wrong about this, not wrong that I think, I do think, but I believe, I am under the impression that they actually, when Wizards of the Coast bought TSR and was inventorying their warehouse amongst the piles and piles and piles of unsold things. Hey, LRPG, thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys about membership in just a minute, but thank you, LHRPG, for becoming a member of the show. We greatly appreciate that. But anyway, so there were rafts of unsold product because of TSR mismanagement, bad management, poor management. Call it what you will. Just apparently pallets and pallets and pallets of boxes and boxes and boxes of unsold dragon dice. Their attempt at a Magic the Gathering campaign settings, just tons of stuff. But among those were also unsold 1E Player's Handbooks with the Easily covers and Unearthed Arcana. I am to understand, other than a few items that were taken by Wizards of the Coast employees, all the Dragon Dice were sold at next to nothing back to the inventor of Dragon Dice. Dragon Dice is still a game, as far as I'm aware. And the rest of it was pulped. And it was kind of funny because people were angry. They were getting angry when Ryan Dancy discussed the fact that all these pallets of stuff were going to be pulped. This warehouses of things were going to be written off and pulped. And people were up in arms. They're like, oh, I sure would love to have this one Maztica thing I never bought. You shouldn't do that. You should offer this stuff for sale to fans. And now, I am not a Ryan Dancy fan by any stretch of the imagination, or even early Wizards of the Coast fan. But I do think that is a patently ridiculous plea to make. You had every chance to buy it. It's not like they found a vault full of unsold wood grain AD&D sets and put them to the torch. This is stuff that languished on store shelves for the better part of a decade or more. These people who said, you should have sold it, at deep discounts to us. Screw you. If you had wanted it, you should have bought it. That makes me nuts. That makes me crazy. So there you go, LHRPG. I think we can call UA and Onward Edition 1.5. And I've heard people call, when they reissued the 2E books and started introducing the skills and powers, they've referred to that as 2.5, 2.5 edition. So, but anyway, to step back a little bit, so that's essentially the long and short of it, as far as where we consider AD&D 1977 to 1989. If we don't split hairs, and we don't become complete grogs, we can say 1977 to 1989. And that's a good run. That's 12 years. So now I do want to address something else. So if you were kind of keeping an eye on your channel, or you have me on notifications, which, by the way, if you're not already, please click the subscribe button, and please click the bell icon for notifications. So when I do drop videos, you will be hearing about them straight away. But so yesterday, I heard a few rumblings, particularly from Paint Minis Live, about there were rumors of a reissued white box, and we talked about this a little bit last night, a reissued white box from Wizards of the Coast for $1,000. And I was wondering where this had come from. Where was this announcement? And I scoured the web and I couldn't find anything. And LRPG, I'm sorry, not LRPG. Paint Minis Live. I keep looking down and seeing your username in green, and it's throwing me off. But don't change it. So Paint Minis Live, his source was a video that Discourse Miniatures did. Now, she has two channels. She has Discourse Dungeons, or is it Dragons and Discourse and Dragons? I don't know. She has a channel where she talks strictly about role-playing games. And then she has her Warhammer 40K channel, Discourse Miniatures. And And so I watched the video. And essentially in the video, she says, what if Wizards of the Coast announced that they were going to re-release original Dungeons and Dragons? And I have to admit, she did her homework. All right. She says a fifth printing, a seventh printing, just like the one that came out in 1975, and she did her homework. Big props to her. But what if they released it and then announced that they were going to do support for it monthly, like new adventures for AD&D monthly? And it would be part of Dungeons and Dragons again. But they stuck $1,000 price tag on it. And if you wanted to play AD&D, that was your only recourse. Because that's what Wizards of the Coast is doing to Magic the Gathering. And then she kind of went on to explain. As far as I know, it was just her making an analogy. Wizards of the Coast is not re-releasing AD&D with $1,000 price tag on it. But I'll say this, her analogy is spot on. The difference, though, between Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons is, as I was saying last night, if you want to play D&D, I mean D&D. I don't mean a clone game. I don't mean a game that's D&D adjacent. I don't mean a game that is inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. If you want to play classic D&D, you can do it for free. Even if tomorrow, tonight, right now as I speak, they're dropping tables off of a database at Drive-Thru RPG and DM's Guild, and it's Nicked Geware, you can still find it for free, and you can still play it, and you can enjoy it. Unlike the unlucky folks at Magic, who play Magic, I mean, I can make up in my head a dungeon scenario and describe it. And as long as we have some funny shaped dice and a few matrices to consult, we're good to go. But if you are, it would be terrible, John David, it would be. But if you are, if you are a Magic player, oh, well, the new, Forest of Frou-Frou cards came out. What have you got? Dirt Roads of Dungeon Town? Well, all my cards are better than yours, so I'm going to win every time. And, every one of my cards has powers that beat your cards. I don't know how Magic works. You'll have to just, bear with me. But the point is, we as D&D players can just make up stories and participate in them with dice and our imagination. Magic the Gathering players need those cards. Now, you and I can agree, okay, we're both going to play Dungeon Dirt Roads cards, and we'll just shuffle the decks, granted. But for a lot of those people, part of the joy, part of the fun is making more powerful decks. And Wizards of the Coast is introducing, I'm trying to think of what it's called, Commander decks. Is that right? Anybody out there who plays Magic that wants to just leave a comment below, some way get my attention and say, oh, well, this is the way it works, Bill. Please feel free. But the prices on them are just insane, and their price increases are just going up across the board. Again, we can play D&D for free. Even if you're like, no, I want to do it the right way. And, before Wizards of the Coast yanks the power cord on the servers that host classic D&D materials at DM's Guild and Drive Through RPG, there and you buy your books, Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster Manual. That's it. You're good to go. You need never buy anything again except dice to replace them when they wear out. But if you're an MTG player, the screws will turn infinitely until you leave the hobby. And that's the reality. That's the reality. So as I was digging around last night, I'm like, okay, I want to get all my stuff in order. I'm going to talk about this ridiculous $1,000 OD&D set that they're planning on releasing and really just vent about it and get the old outrage machine going. I dug around, and again, it was discourse making an analogy. I'm not saying, though, that it's not ever going to happen, because it could happen. But in our case, we don't need it. We don't need it. Let's say they do it. Let's just hypothetically, let's say they do it. As I said, Dungeons and Dragons is free. You can get it. You can find it out there for free. Oh, but what about the stuff they put out? Well, you can get that, but you don't have to pay $1,000. Now they are trying to drive things onto the railroad track of just digital. I mean, this was back in February, March. They showed that picture of people testing out their virtual tabletop, and it was a bunch of people sitting at a table together, but they're all doing this. They're all looking at laptops. That's depressing. And I understand now why they freaked out over animated spell effects so hard. They do want to turn D&D into a video game. Now, I'm not getting old man yells at cloud about that. That's the reality. That's the reality. If they could snap their fingers and turn D&D into an MMO just like that, I don't mean release a D&D MMO, because they've done that before. I mean 5e is pay to play, pay to win. You want to level up your characters? That's a $19.95 purchase. Oh, okay. And you, my DM, have to do it. Then they would do it. They would do it in a heartbeat. So, not happening. Could happen. But I just thought I'd let you guys know. That's why I didn't release a video, because as my long ago friend used to say, there's no weenie. It's just all bread. All right, let's talk about some positive stuff, though. I have spent 10 minutes talking about a negative what if for a company that doesn't like me and I don't like. Let's talk about positive D&D things in the time we have left before we fire up the first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons machine. I don't know why I went Alex Jones there, but it sounded good. I tried to warn you, people. I tried to warn you. They're putting potions of diminution into the water. It's making the halflings into quarterlings. Commandeer 579 will commence again. When the one world government headed by IUs tries to take over the free city of Greyhawk, Comedy or 579 will commence again. But that's good. You ban phones and PCs at the table. That smart, good. That is good. Thank you. The 5K. I just you have to do a growly, out of breath voice with and plug up your sinuses. That's basically how you do it. So positive stuff in the remaining 10 minutes or so. So I see my gamers lining up in the green room, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to play some D&D tonight. You thought Vince McMahon Jr. at first. I can't do a Vince McMahon. I'm sorry. Thursday night. Well, first of all, tomorrow night, Kyle will be here. We love us some Kyle Schuant. Thursday night, Thursday night, we're going to have a couple of guests. Heidi Gygax and Eric Garland will be here. Thursday night is the 27th of July, and we are going to celebrate Gary Gygax's birthday. That's right. I can't think of a more positive thing to do on a Thursday night as a nerd, as a D&D lover as I am, than celebrate Gary Gygax's birthday with you guys, with his daughter, with his son-in-law. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to toast him, and maybe some other folks will join us too. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to raise a glass. We're going to celebrate the man. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, thank you for the dollar super there, Dorimo. I appreciate that. So yeah, stop on by, We'll try and coax some more Gary stories out of Heidi. And if anybody else shows up that might have known him then, I'll share some. That I can't think of a thing that I've talked to Gary about with you guys that I haven't already shared or you didn't hear in the live interview thing that I posted up back at the first of the month. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope you'll be here. Bring your favorite cold libation. Wear your Hawaiian shirt. I'm going to insist on that. I'll be wearing mine. I'll be rocking a Hawaiian shirt. And it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so cool. And then Friday, of course, Friday we'll be back to Gamma World. I know you guys will want to be here for that. Now, I had mentioned because LHRPG Official had signed up for a membership, our second membership on the YouTube channel. That's something you can do, by the way. If you look down there, right down there, just guide your eyes down there, you can become a member for as little as $1.99 a month. That's right, you can do that. But you can now support the channel on YouTube if you feel so compelled. And at the $10 level, well, it's $9.99. I'm not going to quibble over a penny. But on memberships, on Subscribestar, or on Patreon, every month you will receive a mini first edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons adventure. And we have 2 of those bad boys in the pipeline already. I've got the one coming for August, and my co-host Kyle has written a humdinger for September. So they're already warming up in the bullpen, so to speak. Now, what do I mean by mini adventure? Physically tiny? You got to get out your mag eyes to read? No, it is a short 1 or 2 page dungeon crawl, and it could be an adventure on a ship. It could be in a forest. It could be in a town. It could be on another plane. It could be natural caves. It could be a carved out dungeon. It could be in a ruin. It could be in a temple. You don't know, right? But you're going to get it. And for those nights when you need a quick, they're going from the village of Hamlet to the city of Greyhawk. I need a little filler adventure on the in-between, so it's not just me rolling to see what's in a hex. You'll have something like that. The first one, because you guys you guys responded and said you like the lower level adventures, so the first one will be lower level adventures, or for lower level adventurers. But the ones after that, I may get an itch to create an adventure for 9th through 14th. And suddenly you're fighting a bunch of Yuan-Ti controlled by an Aboleth in a maze made out of constantly shifting crystals that do damage if you stay in a room too long. You know? And the adventure after that could be 4th to 7th, where a group of owl bears is terrorizing a small palisade fort somewhere in the wilds of the gnarly forest. It's just whatever the mood takes me, wherever I go. It's like songwriting, you know? It's just gonna, what am I feeling right now? Now, somebody said I should start with low level adventure and just slowly build up over time. So, but I don't think so. I want to spice things up. I want to move things around. So you're getting your low level adventure, as you guys ask, because that's how I roll. I do things for you guys. If there was just one of you out there, just one of you at the $10 level, everybody else is just holding at $5. Mr. $10, you would call, you would set the price. You would set the price. And I would do, that first adventure, 4th to 7th, if that's what you wanted. But regardless, so that's cool stuff, and it has been way too long in coming, and I apologize to everyone who's patiently sat back and gone, yeah, I've been a patron for a while, Bill. Where's it happening? What's going on? So, yeah, look forward to that. I'm going to format them old school. They're going to look like classic modules with the right fonts and everything and the right layout. So it'll be something just kind of cool looking. And I'm excited about it. John David said, make one in a closet. If the closet can hold multiple encounter areas, then I'm for it. I'm in a room that is probably the size of many well-off people's closets. It's like 11 feet that way, and not counting the space after the step up, because that's where my washer and dryer is. It's like 9 feet this way. So, yeah. If I could subdivide this into room, I'll fill it full of gnomes. Or what are they? They're the dark fairies from the Monster Manual 2. Oh, this is gonna bother me. Help me out, guys. I've got the description right in my mind, because the one guy's doing the Star Trek, the Vulcan hand sign. Quicklings. Yeah, I'll do a 9x11 dungeon that's the layer of quicklings, and you have to move from room to room. Chris says, any plans to make any of them interconnected, 3 or 4? Maybe. I don't know. See, here's the problem with doing that. Somebody might find themselves in a situation where they can no longer be a patron, and then they're just out of luck. They don't get the piece, or they have to drop out for a month and then they come back. Although I'll think about what I'm not going to say what I was about to say immediately. My crew is in the green room, guys. We'll be there in just a second. I just want to make sure I answer any messages. Or if somebody comes in like, oh, this month for patrons, you get the wham bang conclusion to, Mushroom Mountain Massacre. There you go. And everybody else is like, yay. And this person's like, thanks, I guess. So interconnecting them good, but also potentially not good. I don't fully have a handle on Patreon stuff. Like, do I let new signups get all of the old stuff? Is that how that works? Like, oh, you're a $10 patron, so you can then go back and get all the stuff. If that's the case, and again, we have a case where somebody has to drop Patreon for a little while, but then somebody could say, I'm going to sign up for the $10 one. I'm going to wait a month. I'm going to get all this, and then I'm out. I basically have a year's worth of adventures for $10. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But I'll figure it out. But yeah, you can do that. You can do it on Subscribestar. That was my phone. You can do it on Subscribestar. You can do it on Patreon, or you can buy a YouTube membership as LHRPG just did. So, when you're ready for that, if that's something you want to do, feel free. But the best thing you can do, guys, is fall in love. No, the best that you can do is, again, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Please click the bell icon for notifications and spread the channel word. Spread the love. Tell everybody the fun that we have here. And speaking of fun that we have here, let us continue having some fun. Let me put on my lovely AKG headphones. And let us now welcome tonight's adventurers, as we do every week, and say hello to Kevin as Tonstal.
Hello, internets.
And of course, Baron Von Headbanger is back. Boone, hello.
Howdy. Been a while.
It has. I hope you're feeling better, my friend.
Much better. Everything's going smoother, so back to normal.
Excellent. And the one and the two and the only Grimsby we got. Mark, hello.
Hello, fellow humans.
Radio Grimsby. Doomsword Deathmaster. We love us some Doomsword Deathmaster around here. Playing that half-orc man around town, Vrogdorn. And we game to a standard around here. Specifically, Sir Standard, everybody played by TK.
That was good. I like that.
Thank you very much. I aim to please. You aim too, please. And of course,
I aim to miss.
We can't forget Mobius. We'll come back around to you, Mobius. You see what I did there? Playing Duran. He's delightful. He's delicious. He's Duran. So last week, to recap last week's AD&D adventure, but let me ask our group: everybody have the die roller handy? You guys got the die roller handy? Yes.
No.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Somebody paste that link, please, in the green room so Mobius can get that. Just going to make sure mine's working and that it's turned on. It is turned on.
Beat me to it.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. Ooh, a 6. An auspicious 6 on a D6. Never good news for the party. All right. So we have our on-screen die roller ready to roll there. Last week, you had ventured south into the highlands across the river from the keep, where you had confronted a group of bandits. You had despoiled their camp, relieved them of a not insignificant amount of treasure, some mounts, some gear, and returned injured but covered in glory, as well as leaves in your own blood, back to the keep, where you have rested for the ensuing week. Presumably you're all feeling much better. Take it away, adventurers. What is your plan?
I guess we're going back to the caves. Unless somebody else has a different idea.
Right, so we became like friends of the keep and that sort of thing based on what Sir Standard did, correct?
They were grateful for your assistance in dealing with the bandits across the river, and in the ensuing week, the not convoy caravan that has journeyed from the north and the west has reported seeing no undue bandit activity on the last few miles of road that lead to the keep. So clearly, you have at least had a short-term impact for the positive on the travel conditions on the road between distant towns and the keep. So. Yes, they are grateful. You have not yet met the Castellan, but he has sent his regards and a small cash stipend to you in thanks.
I would say we are acquaintances of the keep at this point. We're starting to be known.
The guard do know you by names now, as does the innkeeper at the Black Mane and a few other folks. The tradesmen at the supply and trading depot.
If we can bring
We've
them
been on a first name basis for a while now.
if we can bring them some heads, we might be able to be a little bit more well known. If you catch my drift.
Any heads? Do they care?
I mean, preferably, I think they would want more bandit or goblinoid heads, personally. But I mean, we can start murdering halflings if that's what you're into.
Maybe. You could ask them perhaps if they want anything before we bother to bring it.
Nah, surprise them.
I never like surprising police. Never a good idea.
It's the best.
Better to beg for forgiveness than to bring an answer.
So how long we been sitting around here?
Apparently a week. That's what the DM has
a week.
informed us. So
Right.
I have to mark off like.
Yeah,
14
that's
somewhere.
what I thought I heard. We pick up any rumors in that time or anything like that?
Rumors in that time. Well, let's see if there are any rumors of note that you might have heard, Vrug. No one is speaking directly to you. If I can be blunt with your charisma is 7, I think.
Yeah, I believe it's 6.
It's 6. Yes.
Yeah, it's
I don't
8.
know what your intelligence
8 to
for.
orcs and half orcs. You know.
Well,
so
there you go.
bring on the orcs.
You're only just on the left-hand side of the curve for orcs and half orcs. For humans, you're a little further down.
I appreciate them not talking to me, so that's fine.
Of course.
I think they would talk to you, but it just doesn't get through your head. Like you're too busy drinking.
Right, like I don't respond.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
It's like a Jehovah's Witness that knocks on your door and walks away.
Now, here's one that a couple of the caravan folks say. You know, I heard from the horse groom of my cousin's uncle that the southernmost portions of the Caves of Chaos have piles of magical armor stored there. The monsters are just looking for an excuse to don it. That's what I heard anyway. And it's been a full week, so you might have heard one other rumor in addition.
Was that one given to us by 3 halflings in a trench coat?
3 halflings in a trench coat. No, but 3 halflings in a trench coat is the name of my next bardcore band.
Tender our superior.
That was my nickname in high school.
I will drive to your county and set your house on fire, Doomsword.
Please.
The bugbears that are rumored to be in the caves are terrified of dwarves. They fear them greatly.
As
Yeah.
they should.
Yeah, this is the sucker punch I'm gonna get later. Go get him, Tunstall.
Ah!
Exactly.
All right. So, what will you do?
Avoid the southern part of the dungeon.
I'm going to the stables to get cinnamon, and then I'm off.
Okay. Where are you going? You have your horse, which you've named Cinnamon. By going to the stables to get Cinnamon, I'm presuming that you didn't go to the stables in search of Spicy Bark, right?
No,
I
that's
thought
the
that
name of
means-
the horse.
That's the name of your horse. Fair enough. So you have Cinnamon. Where are you going now?
We're going to the caves, I thought. But I ain't walking.
All by yourself.
I guess I should pick up my horse too, right? As it's named
Later, Sir
Horse Standard.
Horse Standard. Okay. So is the party going to the Caves of Chaos? Let me just ask that as a broad statement.
Well, I'm not going to go pick up my horse. That sounds awful heavy. I'll let the horse pick up me, though.
It'll just make your throat slightly sore. It's a little horse.
As he's getting on, I snap his horse right in the ass with my sling and fucking.
All right. So, hey, Adam Hamlin, welcome to the show. We are playing some first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Won't you sit back and join us?
Hey, should we have a figure out a way to get Baron von Hangbanger into this game? What's his character, and why isn't he not involved in this?
Boone has been hanging out at the keep, and Boone, there's this group of adventurers. Do you want to sit around the keep, or you want to go on a glorious adventure for fortune and glory?
Let's go. Fortune and glory.
Awesome.
There we are, and that's how you introduce a new character to the party.
You tell him, you sure do got a pretty mouth.
Oh, God.
No.
We know.
Compared to me and Brug. Absolutely.
Bad Doom Sword, bad. No.
Don't mind
No.
him, he's had a bit too,
That's what my character,
too much to
what my
drink that
character
one.
would do.
I will drive to Melbourne and burn your house down. All right, so you gather up your party. Now you did. This is DM's bad memory here. Somebody wants to correct me. You did keep horses for your 2 men-at-arms, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the journey to the caves by horseback, the time is quite literally negligible to get there. But as you're riding, Sir Standard, one of your men-at-arms looks at you and says, "We're no cowards, my lord. We'll go into the dungeons with you, but who's going to keep the animals?"
Well, that's what you two are for.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on them then. So they ride up to the mouth of the ravine. They're not fools. They bring their horses to heel and dismount before they enter the ravine.
Yeah.
And so they're a little ways out. So you'll call for us if you need urgent assistance. Yes.
Yeah, you hear shouting, weapons clashing, signs of chaos, etc. Come charging in with the horses, please.
All right, very well.
It might be that we need to make a very quick escape, and you two with spears on horseback might be very useful for driving a wedge between us and whatever's coming.
Right, come in as armored cavalry. Understood, my lord. Okay. So where will you guys go first? You have the caves on the lower level, as I had mentioned to them, you have invaded and presumably broken up the Kobold encampment on the right-hand side as you look to the west. That's the north. And there's a cave with an ogre in it. You did for the ogre and looted his cave. However, closer to the ravine opening is a cave that you've been in a couple of times and fought wolves and a few goblins. And then there's a large thicket of trees in the westernmost end that, you can't see everything in, but you think you see a dark opening down there. So what will you do?
There were openings, because that's along the right-hand side, right? Were there any openings along our left-hand side?
The kobolds.
No. As you look to the west, you've got the kobold opening.
Oh, okay, that is to our left. Okay.
That is the kobold opening is to the north. The ogre cave and the goblin cave, that's on your left-hand side to the south. And all the way at the west end, under a thicket of trees where the ravine kind of comes to an apex, you think you see a cave there. And of course, there are caves higher up the sides of the ravine as well.
Do we want to deal with the goblins first?
My blade thirsts for goblin blood. I had a
Goblins and
conversation
wolves
with it.
Shall I sneak in again?
Sure, that went so well last time. I'm going to go with you again if that's all well and good. Or do you want me to
As
hang
long as
back?
you're not wearing metal armor, I don't want you to be clanking around next to me.
No, I'm still in leather.
Good. Let's do it then.
I keep meaning to buy banded mail, and then I keep forgetting to do it. So no, I'm staying in the leather.
Okay, so what is your remove silently, Grimsby?
Move silently is, where is it? 37.
37. Okay. You think you are moving silently. No one else can hear your footfalls, or if they can, they're not making any indication of it. Let me see. Oh, I didn't hit. Oh, thank goodness. So let me just pull up the map. Come along. All right, so you enter, and about maybe 20 feet in, you've got a four-way intersection.
Mm-hmm. And I whisper to Standard, saying, pointing to the left-hand side, down there I met some goblins, and on the right-hand side, down there I met the wolves.
Yeah, okay.
And I think directly in front of us is a dead end.
Okay, was to the left of us a dead end as well?
There is a dead end down there someplace, but there's also goblins down there.
Yeah. Will you go ahead and look down the right-hand one? I'll poke my head in the left-hand one and make sure nobody's sneaking up behind us.
Okay, so, yeah. I'll look down the west side. He looks down the east side.
Okay. All right, so Grimsby, looking to the west. That's where you're looking, right?
Yep.
Grimsby looking west. Okay. Yes, this appears to be clear now. You do not see anything. Your infravision allows you to see that the hallway goes perhaps 30 or 40 feet, and then it dead ends in what looks like an intersection with northern and southern arms to it. Sir Standard, as you peer down to the southeast, you think. That hallway goes maybe 40 or 50 feet before it opens up, and there is a group of goblins down there. You don't know if they've spotted you.
Okay.
But they're
How
not
many
reacting.
is a group? Can I tell?
Well, let's see. Let me get up there.
1 to 3, 4 to 6, that kind of thing.
It's an exceptionally well laid out module, but I do still have to click around things.
No, if a group is 20 goblins, then that's a big.
Well, let's see. They appear in groups of 40 to 400 per the monster manual. Let me grab some dice. No, you look. They're just all packed in. It's like a dispenser. No, you look. You look down that way, and you think maybe there's a half dozen.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm just going to take and scatter a bag of marbles at the entrance to that corridor, and gesture for Grimsby. I'm sure he'll hear the ting 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 of the rolling marbles. But
He does, and two goblins that are closest to that opening, but they do have their backs to you, turn and look in your direction.
I'm gonna smile and wave.
Okay. You hear a shout in Goblin from that direction, Bree York! And you can now clearly see that the other goblins are jumping to their feet. Let's go into combat mode. Grimsby, you have heard the sound of ball bearings being dumped on the floor. What are you doing?
I'm going to run back over to where Sir Standard had gone. Just check out what's going on.
Standard, the goblins are aware of you, and they are looking like they are going to move up the corridor towards you. What are you doing?
I'm running away.
You're running away. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll
Grimsby with me.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative then, and we'll see who acts first. And Standard, since you're right there, you roll for the party, please.
Oh, good.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
You rolled a 5. It's tied. They are moving, and you are moving, and so we'll do 3 across.
Yep. And they have ball bearings, and we don't.
They have ball bearings, and you don't. You hear the sound. It sounds like a couple of them stumbling and falling and cursing, and you hobbed boot stomps on the floor. There's much yelling, but there are at least a couple in pursuit of you. Where are you running to? You're running back out of the cave, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Fellow adventurers, you see there in the dim, gloomy lights, the day is overcast and cloudy. The thief Grimsby and Sir Standard, the fighting mage, come bolting out of the cave, and you can hear footsteps coming up behind you, and there are at least 3 goblins about 40, 50 feet on their heels rushing out. So let's get party declarations. We'll start with Tonstal. What are you doing?
I guess how far away are they from Tonstal?
How close to the
fleeing party members, right? The goblins aren't out of the cave yet, are they?
You can see them. They're going to be out of the cave like that. How close is Tonstal to the cave opening?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
That's your choice.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what
Well, then, yeah. I mean, I would have been outside if I had a choice. So I'm going to engage as they exit.
Okay, so you're up near the entrance to the cave.
The mouth opening. Yeah.
Okay. BVH, how about Boone?
I'm a little further back than that, and I'm getting my bow ready.
Okay. Doomsword, Vroog?
Yeah, I assume I would be flanking the other side of the cave opening from Tonstal, since we had done that before. How wide is that? Is that about 10 feet wide?
Yeah, about.
Yeah, for my engagement, I'd like to step into the cave opening. and try to take up some of that space. At
Okay.
least on the right hand side.
Alrighty. And that then brings us to Duran. Mobius, what is Duran doing?
Yeah, I'm twirling my quarterstaff off to the side of the cave mouse, just so they can't see me. So I'm standing in front, I'm off to the
Okay.
side, probably
All
on
right.
the Tonstall side.
Okay, I know at least initially what the goblins are going to do, and there are Vrug, you're close enough. I'm sorry, Tonstall, you're close enough. You can see that behind these three, perhaps 20 feet back, is another group of three moving up. They were delayed for some reason. They had to get their bearings. Their bearings.
Yes.
They lost
You got
the
it.
marbles.
I was just assuming they were grabbing all their treasure and put it in their packs so they can bring it to us. But the bearings is probably the right
Depending on how this battle goes, that could be the case. But what it takes a lot of balls. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. We'll just start at the top of the rotation. Kevin, roll initiative.
Yep.
And I rolled a 3.
And I got
Party
you.
rolled a 2. Vrug, as you are moving into place, a couple of goblins see you, not really aware of anyone else since people are kind of spreading out. They're like, there are probably, you think, they're thinking there are 3 of them. We'll take this one down and chase the others. So you got a couple of goblins rushing to you. And I don't think combined that would have hit you. And the other comes sprinting out, and I'm going to do a simple D6 roll for him. And he does notice Boone to the right there. So he stops and turns and faces Boone and swings. And that will hit. Stabs Boone for 8 points of damage. Roll up another character.
Hey, that's getting me too common.
There's a
Wait a
reason
minute,
my
this
5
isn't Gamma World?
Hey, welcome back, bud.
There's a reason my
All
5
right.
hit point mage is running.
All right, so that's 4 points of damage to Boone. But and there are 3 more that will arrive at the end of this round. So counterattacks. Let's start with Tonstall.
Okay. Let's see, what's my bonus on this? It's +1 for my strength, and then +1 because I'm a dwarf against goblins. So
Okay.
+2.
Important to note.
And it doesn't matter at all.
Swing, bata, swing. Okay. Boone, you can, for no action, drop your bow and strike with a hand weapon if you wish.
That is what I will do.
Excellent.
Alrighty. I get a +1 because he's a goblin and I'm a ranger, right?
Your +1 comes on your damage. That will
Damage,
miss.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Grimsby, have you turned to face, or you baited them? You're
I'm making sure I'm clear before circling around.
okay. All right. So you're kind of moving in an arc right now. Vrug.
All right, I try to take this thing's head off with my longsword.
You
Or
have a
chop him in half.
target-rich environment in front of you. Not this time. And for those of you who are curious, we don't do fumbles or criticals here. We just keep it. Solid AD&D. So his sword didn't break. He didn't cut his own thumb off. It's just a miss. Same as if he'd rolled 1 under the exact number he needed to hit. We keep it simple. So Sir Standard, you're kind of doing the same thing. You're sort of moving out and then gonna loop around.
I would like to turn and loose.
So you want to fire it. I will let you do that at the end of the round.
That's fine.
This is kind of a split fire and move maneuver. So, and Duran, swing your staff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit mine in the hand where that's holding the weapon.
All right. A 14. These guys are Act 5. I'll double check, but no, that's slightly better. That's Act 6. And that is the treasure table from the Monster Manual. That's not at all what I wanted to be looking at. You hit him and a bunch of coins fall out.
It's a definite hit. What are you talking about?
perfect. Just go ahead and roll on table A and B, please.
Right.
Just the magic item section, please. That's all we
Yeah.
need.
You strike his hand and it falls off. It turns out it was the hand of Vecna just bandaged onto his wrist.
Nil.
Had-
Oh.
Hold it. So let's see. A 14 will hit.
Nice.
Oh.
But it just kind of thuds against his upper arm. He snarls. The other three rush out. So you basically, each of you now has a goblin facing you. Shoot that arrow, though, Sir Standard. Let's see if you remove a goblin.
Here's hoping.
A 16 will absolutely hit as he rushes towards you.
All right. And am I using a longbow or a short bow? I forget. I am using a short bow, so that is D6.
Yeah, if you're getting a snapshot off on this, certainly. All right, he snarls as that thuds into his shoulder, and one of them shouts in Goblinish, slay them all! Take their bright weapons and their money for ourselves! All right, and also for anyone coming in from newer editions, no, we do not do short stack gobby mommies here. They are ugly, green, horrible, runty things. Because apparently
take a short rest.
take a short rest. Take an action with advantage. Okay, so in the new round, I'm just going to run down and assume everybody's going to be meleeing, correct?
I have a
killing this
bow.
Correct.
You have a bow. The goblin is rushed up to you. You can draw a hand weapon and fight him with a hand weapon if you want.
Yeah, all right.
Set it on fire.
Does this qualify as those men-at-arms come running in?
No, I don't think so.
Nobody has yelled for them, and the odds are 1-to-1, so it's not, You don't hear the tank music. For those of you who are fans of Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, you don't hear the tank music, so they're not rushing in.
Those are great games.
Oh yes, so much fun, so much fun. I got to get my old group together one of these days and play a campaign of that. But I digress. BVH, roll initiative for us, please. Or did you last time?
Nope, I did not.
Okay, then do it this time.
I will do it.
My goblin. I mean, the goblin.
Oh, man. Close.
All right. Okay, we'll go down the line. Tonstall.
I'm attacking. Yeah.
No, you're being attacked.
Oh,
14. I mean, you'll attack at the appropriate time, of course, but
It's AC 1.
I'm going to blunt his sword with my body. You are not successful. He does not hit you. Boone. I don't want Boone to die here. I mean, we got to live by what the dice say, but come on. Oh, that's a miss. All right, Grimsby.
AC 4.
That is a miss. Vrug.
I'll block it with my shield. AC
You
3.
do. Sir Standard.
AC 5. Yep, AC 5.
13. Nope, that does not get you. It clangs very firmly on your sword, so you definitely he's not slacking off. And the one that you smacked in the arm, Duran, turns and snarls at you and swings. And your armor class is better than 8, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I have a 3.
Oh yeah. So he misses. So counterattacks. Let's start with Kevin with Tonstall.
Okay. Let me roll my die. And
Get him.
Here we go. That's a 20.
All right.
Not natural, but
That is a solid hit, and you will add your level to this, I believe.
okay. Well, that's level 1. Plus I have +3 for my strength, so it's +4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think on potentially minimum damage, you're going to cut him in half. Oh wait, is Tonstall's a ranger?
No, he's
Oh,
no.
okay. Then no, don't add your level. I'm sorry.
Okay, so subtract 1 from this. It's a 3, a 4 instead of a 5.
It's a 3.
Yeah, it's a 4.
It's a 4. It's a
Yeah,
4.
I
Let's
do
see.
+3 on my damage for strength.
That kills him.
Nice.
Nice.
It's
Eat some
plain.
dirt,
You
jackass.
We needed that.
run him through the heart, and he falls dead. Boone, make them pay.
Please.
A 12. That's an edge case. We'll have to double check.
You got a strength bonus or something?
No.
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 Fighters, Rangers, Paladins, level 1, 12 will not hit. He brings his short sword up and just catches it, but he staggers it. So, Grimsby.
Yes, I used 2 daggers,
Thank God.
and I can't see what I rolled.
Nice.
A 20 has shown up.
Hits.
Yes.
So my damage is a D4.
Mm-hmm. All right, you slash him, and his reddish purple blood stains against his green skin, and he staggers back with a screech. Vrug, do something terrible or terribly. It's up to you.
Terrible, hopefully. It was terrible, but not.
I saw the 20 for a split second and was like, "Yay!" No,
It's going up.
These dice
It's
out.
going up.
Screwed up.
it is. It's better. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, you should be hitting them in 3 more rounds. TK. That will not hit. And Duran, it's a buck and a quarterstaff, but don't tell the goblins that.
I won't. But I'm still going for the one I got went for before. Oh shoot! I guess I should roll the hit first.
Yes, please do. Okay, we all saw that physics jog there, right? We all saw that glitch when the D20 just kind of went blip over 17. But
Do you want me to roll that damage again, or do you want me to just use that?
Please roll the damage again. Yeah.
All right. Oh, even better.
You have cut the goblin into 2, or mashed the goblin into 2 half goblins. Right, you literally bash his brains in. So there are now 4 goblins, and there are 6 of you guys. I'm guessing you're going to stay in the fight. Tonstal, are you stepping over to fight anyone else's goblin with them?
Mine.
Yeah, I think Grimsby had a guy still on him, right?
Yes, everyone except you and Duran has a goblin still on them.
All right, then that's what I'm going to do. I'll move over to Grimsby's goblin and attempt to cut him down.
Okay, and jumping all the way down to the end, because I'm guessing the rest of you are going to continue to melee. Duran, are you going to assist anyone?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go across to like that one that Vrug keeps missing.
Fair enough. Okay, let's go ahead and roll initiative. And Mark, it is your turn.
Yes, it is, and here we go.
That is a 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's entirely possible I could roll a 1 also. I got a 1 in 6 chance, but
You're not going to.
I'm not going to. So, Boone. That is a miss. That is a.
There it is.
Grimsby.
Nope.
17.
AC 4. I think that might hit me.
I think the 17 does hit you, but I will double check. If he did, I think you saw the damage of 2 there. Yes, that just hit you actually. So, so take 2 points of damage. Vrug, you are missed. And the last one on standard.
Mm-hmm.
You are struck. for 2.
All right. Well, at least I'm not unconscious.
Yes. All right. Counterattacks, gents.
You're not unconscious yet.
Yet.
All right, I'm going to attack. +2.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
have a whole 3 hit points. That was more than the first character I had in Bill's game.
Yeah, another 5. That's
Going to miss. Boone. That is a miss. Grimsby.
Grief.
B. Whoops. I rolled 3 by accident. Whoops. I did not
Take
mean
the
that.
highest one. It's double advantage.
We're not doing advantage. Reroll those.
No, damn it. I apologize.
Yeah.
How about that? Oh, that sucks. That's what I get for cheating.
You were excited for that.
Trying to crush this. There we go. Okay. Vrug.
Oh, what?
Oh, so that was
Right.
Sir Standard. You rolled that? Okay. Vrug, roll yours.
Definitely cleaving this guy this time. New dice and all.
Some days you get the bear, and someday the bear gets you. All right, Sir Standard, do your thing.
I did, and I rolled a 6, sadly. Unless you want me to re-roll.
It was out of turn, but we'll just go with it. Duran. That's a 6. Okay,
I whiff. I look at Brug and I'm like, ah.
That's
And
what
the goblins were kind of on the edge of whether or not they should stay in the fight, but yeah, now they're like, all right.
No, don't worry. When
That's right. We bad. We bad.
When we kill these goblins, we'll get those displacer clothes they're wearing.
Right.
They're all wearing inertia armor with 5-point force fields. And that's when Bill brought in the Gamma World appendix from the Dungeon Master's Guide. So, same steps all the way down, correct?
Remember, Bill, it's the slow blade that kills.
The slow, that's
blade penetrates the shield.
slow blade. All right, roll initiative for us, if you would, please, Doom Sword. Hey, a 1 and a 4. All right, let's start. Tonstall, you're backing up Grimsby. Do something about this, would you?
All right, +2. Oh, Jesus.
They're small. You got to aim down.
I'm small too.
Press your gun barrel. A 15. That's a hit. That's a hit from Boone. I think
Nice.
Boone, your basic damage, you probably killed the guy. But go ahead and roll it just in case. Yeah, this is an ex-goblin. There are 3 goblins remaining. Grimsby.
Woohoo!
Let's see what I can do. Nothing.
Nothing. Exact same roll as last time. A total of 15.
Yes.
These D20s I'm trying to look over here. All right, Doom Sword. Show us how it's done.
Anybody within 10 feet, Boone took out my guy.
Yeah, absolutely. You can. I mean, you're out of doors now, so it's 10 yards. So you
10
can.
yards, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
do-
Let me rush in on the one on standard, if you would, please.
All right, there you go.
Cut that guy in pieces.
Rush in and die, you dogs. You.
Yes, I was a man before I was a king.
That's right. 14. Got to double check. I'm feeling like that's a hit.
Yeah, me too.
So 14.
Any bonuses, Doom Sword?
Shit for me.
It
I
will
put the
connect.
bonuses in.
Okay.
Go ahead. It did hit.
Yes, the 14 will connect.
All right, and this is my 1d8 plus 3. I just put the bonuses right into the roll here in this thing.
You kill him.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
You
Fresh
owe me,
goblin
elf.
punch.
Yeah.
All right. So that is how many was that? That was 3?
That was 6 total.
Yeah, we killed 3.
6 total, and you guys have killed 3, and a couple were down before. There's just 1 left. Duran is fighting it.
Can I get my swing in?
Yeah, you can fight the one on Duran if you want.
Word.
Duran and on and on. 11 will not hit.
Yeah, it's a 12 total. Nope. All right.
Yeah. And that's a miss.
I'll help. Oh no.
Okay. It's a heat of battle. It hasn't quite dawned on him yet.
That he's dead.
Let's see. Well, we'll see if it's dawned on him. He is turning and running back into the cave is what he is doing. Or at least that's what it looks like he's going to be doing in the next round. He is... Let's see.
Just surrendered.
Yeah, flailing and not hitting, now turning to flee in the next round. Everybody going to take a shot at this guy as he's trying to get back to the caves?
Yeah.
Grimmsby's bandaging himself up. He's backing off.
Okay. Let's roll initiative. And TK, please. It is your turn for initiative.
Absolutely. So I don't need that D20. I need that D6. Let's see.
You got to beat that. There you go.
And that's all you needed. Everyone striking at him will strike at +4 in addition to any other boni.
Okay.
That will hit. That will not. One of those hits, probably both of them.
I'm not even going to roll.
That's 4 damage.
That's
Natural 20.
Little pieces of goblin flying.
there's a chunky spray of goblin. This just spreads out on the ground in sort of an arc and then splats down. The goblin is
Now
It's like
there
a
is
Yes.
Tarantino movie.
yeah.
That's a
So
lot of frustration for all those missed rolls.
Don't kill the food.
And Constant's going to kneel down near the grease spot and say, "You earned this."
All right. So, are you searching the bodies or what's left of them?
Yeah.
Get some Electrum if we're lucky.
Those displacer cloaks are going to be worth a lot.
Are we taking ears or no?
Sounds vile.
I think you should take as many as you like, Elf. They smell real good on a warm summer's day.
This is why we need a pet dog.
I hate to think what orc like perfume ads would be like if that's what Verg sounds like.
You know, there are some wolves over there we could subdue.
Between pooping and not pooping lie obsession.
No, I think the new orc scent is Elon Musk.
Oh no! Oh.
Oh, sorry, had to.
It's Zorn because Zorn starts with an X.
No, next brand clone. Yeah.
All right, so have D4 times. All right, we're gonna make this easy. I'm gonna do this once because it was payday for them. We're gonna say each goblin has
All or nothing.
30 copper pieces and
Better than 10.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Each
were
is-
there? 9?
no, there were 6. So that's 3. That's 180 copper piece. Not quite a gold piece.
Almost
Almost.
one whole gold piece.
Almost one whole gold piece. And there's also again, we're going to keep this. We're going to keep this nice and simple. And each one has 1 silver.
One singular silver,
1 singular silver each.
and you get a coin, and you get a coin, and you get a coin,
Yep.
and you get a. Okay, I'll mark the silver down on my sheet.
Yeah, that was an easy split.
Yep. Is this divisible by 6?
Are there weapons of like? Are they serviceable? Can we bring them back and sell them, or are they just crap?
They're crap.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Stack them by the door.
I mean, a street thug might use these, but as far as yes, I'll sell it. Thanks. Throws it in a barrel marked scrap iron.
We don't have any arrows or anything, right?
So it's the equivalent of like bringing in like some Coke cans or something, like some aluminum.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I collected 3 whole brown paper bags of aluminum cans, not crushed. I was crushed when, my pop told me that my afternoon's work going around the neighborhood had netted me the equivalent of like 0.2 cents, but whatever. Anyway, so 6 silver, 180 copper. And somebody asked about arrows. No, they do not.
Yeah, I figured. All right.
Just leave that copper by the door.
No,
Get it on the way back.
The dead end, as you go in, is clear. The room now that they came out of is clear. So do we want to proceed down that other hallway?
Should we go check out the room that they were in? They might have had more stuff.
Sure. I don't remember if we checked that out last time. So go for it.
Well, I'm not going. I'm sorry, I'm not going first. You see, he's got a big bandage on. He's not looking. He's looking hurt.
No.
Vrug will go first.
Okey
With
dokey.
Tonsto.
Oh, yeah, side by side.
What's
Sure.
the disguise for, thief?
I'll go in with you and pick up my marbles.
Your marbles are crushed and scattered around in the dark. You can maybe collect up like a handful of them.
I've lost my marbles.
You have. All right, so you go down. You're going down to the southeast, correct? Down that angled hallway.
Yes.
Okay. So this hallway opens into a room that is 20 feet north-south and 30 feet east to west. In the eastern southern wall, there is an opening. In this room, there is a barrel full of spears. There's another barrel next to it. There is a couple of benches and a small table.
What's in the other barrel?
What is in the other barrel? Gosh, the other barrel has so many things in it.
Well,
Rot grubs.
weasels. Yeah, rod grubs or rabbit weasels.
What's
Okay.
behind barrel number 2?
It's a spring-loaded Sturge dispenser. And you get your blood drained, and you get your blood drained, and you get your blood drained. The other keg is full of water.
Okay. Well, we have some spears at least.
Yeah. Many spears. There are 60 of them.
Oh wow.
Cool. Hey, can one of you big folk help me with? I just want to check if there's anything underneath the barrels.
Sure.
Give me a hand.
Sure.
So roll the 2 barrels like out of the wherever they were. See if there's anything hiding beneath them.
There is not. No.
With our horses, we can take those spears back and sell them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spear, unlike the hand weapons they had, the spears, you think maybe they looted the spears from somewhere because these are like all uniform height with decent iron heads on them.
Do they have like a? Are they all from Kmart? Do they have like price tags? Or do they have a maker's mark on them?
No, they don't. But I mean, again,
Blue fungus special.
no, but blue light is actually a cantrip from Unearthed Arcana. All right, so you have recovered these spears, but you'll come back for them later and continue your exploration of the goblin caves. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, there's a passage to the south. That was the only other exit we found.
Well, the opening is to the east, but you can see that it immediately, like, it goes in and then turns south.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Maybe we should go down there.
Sounds about right.
Agreed.
Y'all go first.
Immediately turning the corner, to go south. You can see that there is a flight of stairs about 20 feet long going up.
You said this is where the wolves were?
No, the
No?
wolves were.
Okay.
When we came in, if you went to the right, there was wolves. They're gone now.
What say you, dwarf?
What are they made of? Is it makeshift or dirt or stone or?
No, it's stone. It's carved out of the rock.
Okay, looks good. Let's go up there.
All right.
Sturdy steps, dwarf?
Yep. I look and see if there's sturdy steps. Are they goblin faction or somebody that actually know what they're doing do this?
Give me a d6 roll.
All right. Number 6.
No idea. Old stone here. Old
Roll
stone.
lower.
Okay, well, I mean, they go up, right? So we'll follow them up.
Yep.
So you continue to the south, following the stairs up, and it's very easy to see infravision. I mean, your humans have to have light sources. So, what light sources do you have? Tell me that.
Torch.
All right. Whoever's carrying torch, just remember that you are not able to wield a shield while you are wielding a torch.
I can do so because I can have a torch in one hand, and my shield in the other.
Okay.
Just light your shield on fire. I mean,
Nah.
come on.
Yeah.
I don't plan on bludgeoning people to death anyway, so.
The shield that burns twice as long burns, or the shield that burns half as long burns twice as bright. And you have burned so very, very long, Sir Standard. All right. South you go. The stairs come to a landing, and then there is a turn to the west, and there are more stairs that continue up. At the top of those stairs, there is another landing, and you can just see a closed door. And that is about 30 feet to the west.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've already gone halfway, right?
Yep.
Yeah, my deal here in a situation like this is I just follow Tonstal. If he moves forward, I move forward. Trying to stay in stride with him.
Yep. Let's go up there. I'll go up to the door.
Okay.
And what is oak, ironbound? What kind of door is it?
It is ironbound oak.
Okay.
A fairly common dungeon door. It doesn't look that different from the doors you saw in the Cobalt area. In fact, perhaps
Open
slightly better
inward or
maintained.
outward?
It opens towards you.
So it knocks you down the stairs. I
I
know
don't
this
do
experience.
that, but now that you bring it up,
We
That
had
makes
this
the
in my
landing
house
more.
growing up, so I know exactly how this works. It's much better than the outside door that would knock you into the rose bush. That one was much worse. Okay, well, I'm not very good at listing these things. Is it a latch, or can I just push it?
you don't know. There's a pull ring on it.
Okay.
I'll just grab that and yank on it.
Okay.
Hard.
Just
Like a
One
grimace
moment,
me and,
please.
like, whisper, I think they're doing your thing.
sorry. The map is very faint. It was taking me a moment to see to make sure I had everything sorted out there.
That's next week's video on being a blind DM.
Let's see.
As much as I love the blue and white maps, I can't read them anymore. And they look so pretty, though. But man,
They are nice. They are nice.
Yeah, if you're all into that DRM kind of thing.
Yeah, that the blue maps were early DRM because early photocopiers could not copy that. Which in the pre-press business is a good thing because you can make If you're copying stuff, you make typefaces and outlines and corrections and stuff in the non-repro blue. So when it goes through, it doesn't get picked up by your reproduction machines. Is that right? Okay. I'm a little backwards. I need to quadruple check something, and I apologize.
Yeah, it's probably not a lich. I'm guessing it's not a lich.
It's 2 liches.
It's 2 liches with
It's
a
like
sorceress gnome on their shoulders.
Yes.
One of those gauntlet deaths. Tonsil can take all the damage until it disappears.
Fight death to score points or whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right, so you yank on the door. Go ahead and give me an open doors roll, please.
All right, 1 through 4 gets it.
All right. You yank on the door. There are some individuals in here. They are not surprised by you yanking on the door because you guys were not exactly quiet out there. There are...
Women should be quiet.
There are 5... They kind of look like orc goblin hybrids. They're taller than goblins, but a little bit shorter than orcs. There are 8 obvious females, and then there are 3 young. This kind of looks like a common room. The males draw their weapons, and one of them gabbles at you. Does anyone here speak Hobgoblin?
Oh.
The dwarf probably does. I don't.
Let me look at my character sheet since that's the
How
only
many
way I
males
know.
do we have?
5.
Apologies. 5 males. And then
Nope.
7 females, whatever.
All right.
And some young.
Is it the same as Goblin?
It is very similar to Goblin. There are lots of similar words, and just for clarity's sake, so I don't have to make up a language on the spot, it is close enough that you can interpret him as saying, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Okay, I do know Goblin.
Okay.
He wants to know who we are and what we're doing here.
Charging.
I have an answer. Brug. I have an answer.
Your answer is Vrug?
My answer is first Vrug, and then my answer is sleep.
Okay. So Vrug says charging, and then you say sleep. Let's roll initiative, because as soon as you raise your hands and start to put the whammy on them, well, let's get declarations before we start talking about initiative. Kevin, what is Tonstal doing?
So there, who asked us?
One of the hobgoblins demanded to know what you were doing.
Okay, yeah. I
Sir
guess.
Standard says to Vrug, and then starts to cast a spell.
All right, then I guess I'm going to wait for the spell to go off, and then I'm going to charge in there.
Alrighty. What is
Sleep
Boone?
first, though, just like that. Because
What
if
is Boone
Brug
doing?
interprets that, I'm sleeping.
Is the room lit?
Dimly. There are a few guttering torches and some candles here and again.
Okay, enough for me to say. I'm going to drop the torch and get my sword and board ready then.
Okay. Your torch goes out when you drop it, but it is dimly lit. Still in the room. Mark, what is Grimsby doing?
Staying in the back and holding on to his one sweet hit point. Hoping for the best.
You guys have a cleric. I'm just saying.
We have a cleric?
We have a cleric.
What the hell's a cleric?
We used to have 2 or something, but they don't do anything.
Vrug, do you heed the words of warning from Sir Standard?
I don't listen to words of warning, but I am surprised that he called out to me, and I whip around and look at him.
All right. What is Duran doing?
Well, I figured Grimsby had more than 1 hit point. I guess I'll cast Cure Wounds on him first.
Okay. Let's roll initiative, and I think we got all the way down to Sir Standard for that. So do that D6, please, won't you?
Sure. Let's see.
Yes.
Party goes first. CLW, I think, is a 5-segment spell. Sleep, however, is a 1-segment spell. The females, they move back, interposing themselves between them and their young. The males move forward, and as they're doing that, sleep.
4d4 of them in like a 30-foot radius. It's great.
You hit 4d4 of them, assuming that they are sub 1 hit dice, which they are not.
And then 1 + 1?
They are 1 + 1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. And now I have Adobe Acrobat trying to update in the middle of the game. Don't do that, please.
I'll be 2d4 then.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Sure.
Your sleep ball spell goes off.
Yep. Come on, big numbers. Big numbers.
Nice.
7.
They and 2 of the females slump to the floor. The others cry out when they see this happen and are grabbing up the young. You guys basically had the action. What are you doing?
They cried out Briark.
They did not cry out Briark.
Oh, damn it.
More of a "Ah!" kind of thing.
I hate these situations.
Here we go again.
Hey, I have a fondness for kobolds. They are the lowest on the totem pole. Goblins breed like rats. You can kill all of them. I don't care.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna run in for my part and start slaying those males that are asleep.
Yeah, that's probably good.
You can. Anybody that wants to can slay one of the males. The remaining awake females are. This may come to an initiative depending on the reaction roll here. Yeah, with modifiers, they are snatching up the children and heading for the door. If you guys are moving in to slay the sleeping males and the 2 sleeping females, you won't catch them as they leave. But let's go down. Tonstal City's moving into slay. What is Boone Crockett doing?
I'm going to take care of one of the males.
All right. Mark, what about Grimsby?
Still hiding in the back, sir.
Okay. Oh,
Caroline
Wounds goes off. Caroline Wounds goes off. That's going to be 8 hit points. I'm sorry, D8 hit points for
I
Grimsby.
only need 2. So roll it.
Roll your D8 there. I called it. It was 8.
All those extra hit points spew out.
Surge of vitality, and then it washes off of you, but you do have all of your hit points back. Vrug, you slay one. Or you're going to slay one. TK, you're slaying one of the sleeping ones.
Yep.
Duran, are you going to move in the next round and slay?
No.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll see how this goes.
You're big money on those rolls tonight.
So yes, they grab up the children and flee out the door. There are there's 6 of you, so all of the there's 5 of you. 4 of you. I'm sorry. There's 4 of you because you're Grimsby. Well, Grimsby was healed in the last round, so now in this round, does Grimsby go in and slay one of the sleeping males?
No, he's going to go start looking around the room for stuff.
Okay, so 4 of the sleeping males are slain immediately. The females grab up the children, run out the door, slamming it behind them. There is 1 sleeping male and 2 sleeping females left in the room, and I will get to what you find in the room in just a moment, Grimsby.
Which door was that? There was a door across the hall that they ran through and shut.
Yes,
Or-
there was a door on the other side of the chamber, and I will describe it to you. So this room that you're in is, come on, hold down, is about 50 feet long and 20 feet north-south. However, the western end of the room, the northern wall is open. The last 20 feet of it is open, and you can just see in the northwest corner of the room a door that opens to the west in that kind of wider space, and that is where they have fled, and they are beating feet, as they say. Now, as for the room itself and its contents, because Grimsby is searching those things.
Can I do a pass for secret doors?
Absolutely. That is going to take you a while, but yes, you can search for secret doors, and you do not find any. Grimsby. They call him Grimsby, Grimsby, faster than lightning. Okay, so there are heaps of cloth and skins for beds, some odds and ends of furniture, and a small barrel of beer, some buckets, etc. And all of it looks to be pretty worthless. So yeah, they're. It looks like just a common sleeping place.
Grimsby will take a moment to pick through their look under their bedclothes and stuff like that to see if there's anything hiding.
Nasty stuff and more nasty stuff. Those of you who are slaying, it is now the second round. Are you going to slay more of the goblins?
Yep.
100%.
Hobgoblins, rather.
Yep. 100%.
Yep.
Okay. You finish off the remainder of them. So let's see. The two females had a total of 15 silver on them. And each of the males has easy enough to do. There's a total of 150 silver scattered amongst the males.
So what's that total for each of us then?
How much silver did I say? There was 15 and 150, 165. 165 divided by 6 is, let's see. Yep. So 27 silver pieces each, and then somebody gets to carry an extra 3.
Yep.
That's the elf.
Okay.
And I just like to say hello to everyone who's joined the stream. We're up to 27 now. That's pretty good numbers. Thank you all very much for hanging out. And if you haven't, please do click the subscribe button. Click the bell icon for notifications if you'd like, and leave a comment below and tell us what you like about the video. And by gum, we'll do more of it. Or if you don't like the video, tell us what you didn't like, and by gum, we'll do less of it. All right, so next up, you guys spend about a turn searching here and collecting up treasure and whatnot. Nothing comes looking for you, but you cannot but assume that an alarm has been raised.
Shall we leave? We'll take those spears and stuff and call it a day.
I feel like we're in a different part of the complex going up that high.
Oh yeah. We must be above where they were, where the goblins were.
We must kill them all.
Yeah, but we don't.
Strike while the iron is hot.
Well, nobody's injured.
I'm at 3 hit points, my dude.
Oh, never mind.
Well, you started with 5.
Correct.
And are we supposed to haul ass if I get a hit point of damage?
For you, that might matter a little bit less than me.
Stay back, wizard.
I've been trying to. I did blow my one spell, so I have my bow, but
Oh.
I'm more than willing to follow you.
Well, I think it's up to Tonstal at this point. If he goes, I follow. Whatever.
Yeah. We've lost all advantage in this. They know the area, we don't, right? So, I mean, I'm more than willing to proceed forward if you guys want to, but it's your call. If you want to go back, try to sell what we have. I don't know. This might be the most treasure we've gotten so far.
I think it has.
All right, let's push forward, and just acknowledge that if we need to, we'll retreat.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's make sure the way behind us is clear. I'll stay in the back to make sure the way behind us is clear.
Okay.
It's only the door across from us that we.
It's
Or is there
like
others?
there's only one other door in the room, if I understand Bill's.
That is correct. You've searched for secret doors. You haven't found any.
Correct.
It's to the west and north. There's a hook in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll go to that other door. Did they leave it open?
No, they closed it behind them.
Of course, rude bastards. Does it pull in or push out?
It pushes out.
Okay, I'll push it out, I guess.
Give me a d6 roll.
Yeah, this is gonna be embarrassing. 56. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Won't budge. It's stuck.
No, I'll slam into it.
Yeah, step aside.
Okay.
Should I go ahead and do that?
Yes.
See,
Another one.
he knows the way these things work.
All right. You force it open.
Tonstal.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out there and see what's beyond the door.
Well, looking down the hall. Let's see. I really should print the map to a different one so I can not have to do that. Note to self. Okay, so the hall to the west. The hall to the west continues about 30 feet, and then it kind of seems to gently curve to the northwest somewhat for a run. And after that, of course, you can't see it.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll proceed up there. Do I hear anything? Are they still running? Are they long gone?
You guys have been in that room for about 20 minutes, so they yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll proceed
All
up
right.
to the turn.
I'm retrieving my
Follow.
torch.
Okay. You do have your torch. You will have to relight it.
You can light it up.
I pass him my tinder box. I'm like, here you go.
Okay.
You pass him your torch.
All right.
Tinder box. His own damn torch.
My torch.
Okay. So the hallway, you make that northeast or northwestward turn. That angle only really goes for about 20 feet before it turns due north. Goes that way 10 feet and then turns due west. And you are now looking at a passage run of about 30 feet west, and then it turns north. So it's kind of staggered if you picture it. Hello, EW. Welcome to everyone.
Oh,
And
we'll follow the passage as it winds through.
all right.
I don't know. It's not really a maze, right? I feel like it's time to check out at the candy aisle.
Okay. You move another 90 feet or so. Ahead of you, you can see about 30 feet ahead, the passage turns due north. That is to your right. However, just 10 feet before that, it turns south. There is a passage to the south.
All right, I'll walk up to the passage to the south and look south.
Okay. It looks much the same as it did. However, you hear laughter and also like screams, and you hear in common, "Please don't, please no. What do you want?"
And this is coming from the south.
This is coming from the south. Yes.
Okay. Well, it sounds like there's either a trap or somebody being tortured up there. So we'll go south.
Let's do it.
Yep.
It is.
Okay. So the southern passage goes 20 feet, turns due east, runs for 30 feet, turns south for 10 feet, and then runs due east again, and it opens into a chamber that is 20 feet north-south and 40 feet east-west, and it is a vision of hell. In this room, there are various implements of torture. There are braziers with tongs and pokers shoved into them. There are a couple of large hobgoblins. I mean, these guys are approaching knoll-sized. They are extremely ugly. There are some various persons, humans, manacled to the wall. There is a human female, and one of them is laughing evilly and coiling up a whip. Not coiling it up like he's going to put it away, but like coiling it up so he can rear back and strike her with it. So let's see. They are not surprised by you approaching, the clink of your armor and whatnot. And one of them stops and turns and looks at you.
I'm going to charge and slash him in the face.
Okay, you're going to charge with a capital C?
Capital C, yep. If I can charge him straight, I guess.
Yes, absolutely you can. So let's go down. What is Boone doing at this site?
How far away are they from us?
They're at the far back of the room. You can definitely charge and reach them.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow.
Okay. Mark, what is Grimsby doing?
Behind the people charging, he's going to start slinking in.
Okay. What is Vrug doing?
Charging into that crap.
All right. Sir Standard.
I will apply arrows until the problem goes away.
Okay. And Duran.
I'm going to use my sling this time.
Okay, so I got a bunch of missile fire and have a charge with a capital C going off. Let's execute the charge first, please. You're gaining +2 to hit, but you are not able to use your shield, or you're at -1 to your armor class if you don't have a shield.
Okay. I have hobgoblins as my foe here, so I should get +2, then +2 for the charge, right? So it's +4 to hit?
That is correct.
All right.
Big money, big numbers.
Okay, 15.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's check this guy's armor class, but I'm feeling like that's going to hit him unless Gary has got something special going on with these. Let's see. Both are wearing chainmail, but that will hit him sufficiently.
Okay. Any bonus for charge on damage, or it's just attack?
It's just attack.
Okay, so it's +3. 10 points of damage.
You kill him outright.
All right.
Die, scum!
Nice.
Torture
Okay,
women, I assume, are innocents.
Is that the whip?
Yes, actually, it was. It was the one with the whip. Now let's roll initiative for the remaining one and see how many arrows and slings.
I got my charge. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You were charging to also. So yes.
Yes, sir.
Roll your charge.
Yeah, I charge in screaming at the top of my half-orcish lungs.
Yes.
Nice.
Look at that.
4. That is a hit, sir. That is a hit.
Epic.
All right, come on, big money. That's a total of 6 damage.
That's a total of 6. He is badly, badly wounded. But unfortunately, he's still up. So he has 2 arrows and a sling stone. Now, I'm going to warn you, this may hit Vrug, but this is all happening. Well, you know what? It's initiative, so you guys can elect to shoot or not, because he charged as you guys were bringing up your bows and starting to sling. You don't have to loose arrows, but you might hit Vrug. I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna hold off then, since it looks like he hit him pretty good.
Okay.
So.
Standard, how about it?
There's only the one left, right?
Correct.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna shoot him anyway. If I shoot Vrug in the back of the head, he deserves it.
Fair enough. What about Duran?
I'm gonna hold off.
Okay. Let's roll initiative then.
So the audience knows this would not be the first time TK's characters have killed mine.
I've had one of my characters die to a javelin to the back of the head, so it's fair.
That dude ain't even around no more.
Yeah, pay it forward, I guess.
Nope.
Yeah.
Somebody roll initiative for the party. I know what this thing's fixing to do.
Was that Baron?
Yeah.
His turn.
Tonstal. Actually, we've come all the way back around.
Okay, I will roll.
Yes.
D6. Nice.
It's a 5. Party goes first. I heard something about arrows being shot, so go ahead and fire your first arrow.
Let's see. Nope.
A 2 will miss. This thing is he's a torturer. He's over here committing war crimes. He knows there's there's nobody going to come and save him. That will miss. Second arrow shot, please.
Absolutely. I do get bonuses. I didn't factor those in this time. Okay, that one will definitely hit.
That one will definitely hit. So roll your damage first. Let's see who it hit.
Yep.
And that did not hit Vrug. That hit the Hobgoblin. It's a new round. The only person in melee range at this point is Vrug and Tonstal. I'm guessing you guys are going to put paid.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. Is anyone firing into this melee?
No, not this one.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's roll initiative. And I think we're to Boone. It's a tie. So you guys roll your attacks. Like I said, he knows what's going to happen. He misses. He's not even like putting his whole heart into this fight. So do unto him, guys.
Okay.
I forgot to add my bonus that time. That's a 14 ACC.
That's a 14. That will actually miss. His chainmail coat turns it. Boone, did you close into melee in this round, or you were holding off on arrow fire, right?
Yeah, I was holding off on arrow fire.
That is a miss.
Tonstal missed. All right, I got to bow up for a little bit, guys.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see you next week then, yeah?
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Have a lovely evening. Let me see here. Okay, we've got a while yet, so Tonstal looks to Vrug and says, he kind of takes in the horrible, torturous scene and says, just trembling with rage, says, "Kill him, Vrug. Make him suffer." So let's go ahead and it's a new round. As I said, he knows he's dead where he stands. Let's see. He will. Yeah, he throws down his weapon and raises his hands and just says, "I was following orders."
Orders from whom?
Drop to your knees, dog.
He does immediately. He's down on his knees.
Whose orders?
Big bosses.
Bind this fool.
Are there ever little bosses?
Only when it's kobolds.
Can Grimsby be like untying or unlatching people's like that are tied up the torture victims?
Okay, so let me tell you, there is a fellow in the remains of Merchant Finery. He is breathing, but only barely. There is an orc who's straining against his chains and gabbles something at you in Orcish.
Which I know.
Borgnito, Doc.
What did he say? I know.
I speak Orcish.
He says, "Unchain me. I'll fight with you. I hate hobgoblins also."
I hate you.
And I you, half-breed. There is a just a normal-looking human. There is a human female. She is in pretty rough shape herself. There's a gnoll, and he's in the manacles that are just like one chain link to the wall, and there's one around his neck, and he's cackling and yanking on, and nobody here speaks gnoll, so you're not sure what he's saying. And there is another normal human. Now, the two normal humans not in Finery are, they look like they put up a fight before they were taken.
I'll go and start and helping the woman first.
Okay. She is like pulling on her chains and trying to get away from you. And she's clearly delirious with pain and fear. But when you unlatch her, she immediately runs over to the fellow in Finery and throws her arms around him and says, I think we may be free now.
And then
I'm gonna wrap my apologies. I'm gonna wrap my rope around this hobgoblin.
Okay.
That we got on his knees and whatnot.
I'll start working on one of the fighter-looking types.
Okay.
And,
Freeing him.
start to wonder, like, who are we gonna let go? The orc or the gnoll?
No, we leave him here.
They kill the gnoll.
Let them fight it out.
No, don't release them.
That's a smart idea.
Let's take the people and get out of here.
While they're freeing them, I'll dispatch the orc and Noel.
Okay, that's easy enough. They scream invectives at you. The orc is like, "At least unchain me and let me fight you. Let me die with honor." But
that is not the elven way.
Nope. I'm gonna stand 6 feet away from him and use him as target practice.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it just takes a couple of cloth yard shafts. He's screaming a pain to grumptious your arrows thud into his body. But he is done very quickly. The gnoll is like cackling. He's just pointing at the orc as he dies. And I'm guessing you finished the gnoll off. That he has rather less sanguine opinion as you kill him, but you have.
I was liking the gnoll more and more.
All right, so that finishes them. That's the end of them, and you have the human female, the human, and the 3 human males, and a hobgoblin on a rope.
Well, we probably need to head out of here since we have all the people.
Do the 2 hobgoblins have some loot on them?
The two hobgoblins. Let's see.
You want to?
Let's see.
Start asking the prisoners maybe if they'd seen anybody else down here or up here.
All right. So they have 8 copper, 5 electrum, and 8 silver pieces each. The larger of them had a silver armband, a big chunky silver armband that looks pretty nice, actually.
How many?
What was the money again? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
8 copper, 8 copper, 6 electrum, 8 silver.
And that was each?
No, that was total.
That was total? Okay.
Oh, okay.
8 copper, 6 electrum.
Yes.
And what was the
Sounds like
silver?
111.
Yeah.
Whatever's left over.
It was 8, 6, and 8.
Okay.
Yeah, we each get.
All right.
And the expensive looking armband.
We each get one.
I lost the stream for a second when I was asking what we do with this this hobgoblin that we got on his knees and whatnot.
They did.
They did.
Yeah, any questions? Before I cut this poor wretch's head off.
Where'd the knoll come from?
He capture
Where?
him come in cave like you come in.
From where?
Big mouthy dog man. Other caves.
What other caves?
Outside this.
Yes, thank you, Captain Obvious. Which one outside this?
I know not.
All right, guys, I'm going to start breaking his fingers with every question here. Somebody
The
else.
wrong answer.
Yeah, it's a big cave dragon. Lots of gnolls. I don't know. No, full of life.
Maybe we should take this one back to the keep. They'll have fun with them for sure.
I mean, we torture him. They torture him. I don't care.
I'd like to make a spectacle out of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
He'll talk.
I mean, you watched what happened in the last one that disobeyed me. So by all means, go ahead.
Fellows, we've made a lot of noise. Perhaps we should decide what to do and leave soon.
Yeah, we need to
There was a whole other branch that I worry that the big boss he talked about is up that way.
Might be that way. Yeah.
I don't want to go exploring with like all these extra people.
We now have these people. Let's get them out of the cave.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go back the way we came. Grab some spears.
Agreed.
Back home.
Yeah,
Yep.
agree.
And take the hobgoblin. Yeah, maybe they'll give us some coin for the hobgoblin at the keep.
Okay.
Take like the rope and wrap it around his neck and drag him along on the horse.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's not going to be in any condition to fight you off. I just want to check real quick here. Let me see. Okay, so as you're going along, the two normal-looking humans that you freed, one of them, since Tonstal is being silent, one of them grabs your arm, Boone, and says, "My lord, all I ask is that you give us weapons. We'll fight along with you. You saved our lives." And you make it back to the goblin lair without any mishaps.
Okay.
Let's grab the spears.
All right.
Give these guys one each, and
Yeah, give them some.
They take 2 each. one to hurl and one to fight.
No, we gotta carry them all. There's 60 of them. Just grab a lot of them.
Okay,
Because he's like, not just 2, grab 10.
All right.
It's an all-you-can spear buffet.
Yeah, they'll help you out. The man and the woman can carry nothing. We'll do just one more random check because you guys are not exploring, but making your way out, and nothing untowards comes upon you. You're once again, after an hour or more, breathing open air, and through split, cracked, swollen lips, the man says, "I never thought I'd see the sun again."
Well, I passed them my water skin and let them drink.
Oh yeah, they're extremely grateful for that.
To the 2 fancy ones, who are you? What are you doing there?
I am Lord Carvin, and this is my wife, the Lady Jane. We are traveling with our bodyguard from the coast, making for the keep.
Okay.
I cannot remember if it was a se'nnight or a fortnight ago when we were set upon by the evil half-men that you slew. They killed much of our guard. Only these 2 stalwarts were left, but we were eventually overcome. They said they were going to eat me and make my lady watch. And then her, and then the men-at-arms. I was to be served at a great feast. But you have saved us. Thank you so much. Are you traveling to the keep?
Yes. We'll bring you there.
Bless you, good fellow.
If
I,
it were me,
offer my
I would
horse
eat
to-
your wife first.
What did he say?
Nothing of worry.
You probably don't want to know.
They have
Let's
no
keep-
mind. You saved your life. That's all you need to worry about.
Okay, so we'll just throw a quick check here. Briefly. Nothing untowards happens on your journey back to the keep. I'm guessing you're making the hobgoblin walk, but you're letting the others ride.
Yeah, I gave Jane my
you
horse.
guys.
The Lady Jane.
Yeah, he's dragged behind
Okay.
the horse.
All right, so it does take you a little bit longer, but eventually you get there. The men at arms are like, wow.
You too can be a hobgoblin men-at-arms.
just the same, Frog. We'll pass on that. So you arrive back at the keep. The guard, Frank, looks down at you and says, "By the gods, you went hunting goblins and you came back with an army." You hear
Yeah, we came back with a hobgoblin. Behold.
There's yells from the small contingent of guards. You're let in through the main gate, and there you are, safe back in the keep. What do you guys wish to do?
Fellows, shall I sell this silver armband, or do one of you want it?
Yeah, go ahead and sell it. While you do that, I'll go with the priest and drop off the hobgoblin.
And actually, so the Lord Craven and Lady Fane, do you need help to get someplace? Or are you fine?
It's Lady Jane, and it was Lord Graven, but
Lord Carvin. Okay, let's go.
I think it was Calvin.
I expect a reward from those two.
Marvin?
Were you here to see the Castellan? Is there someplace that you need to be taken? We know our way around this town. Guide.
if you will take them to the they actually have a private apartment that they stay at here.
Fancy.
If you can accompany them there, they will be greatly greatly appreciative of that.
I lead them over there. I let them know if they need anything, if they wish to say thanks again, we'll be staying at the tavern and inn. They know where to find us.
Of course. Okay.
They were well to do. What about our reward? I expect to be paid.
You gotta let them
for
simmer.
their safe travel.
Okay, so the 2 men-at-arms were hired on bodyguards, and when they see they see these two along with you to their private apartments, and they're pretty bruised and beaten up, but they offer you their services for a year and a day
Me?
with no recompense requested except room and board and new equipment, and they will fight alongside you.
They offer this to Grimsby?
They offer this to all of you.
Oh, okay.
Deal. Shake their hand. Welcome.
Yeah.
All right. So they each have a couple of spears, or as many spears as you want them to have, but they will also require armor and anything else that you want them to have.
That bag of copper, and away we go.
Okay.
What do you get for those spears, by the by?
Each spear, we're going to go by Player's Handbook because these are very good condition spears. Probably why the goblins were coveting them and not just handing them out. If you give a couple to each men-at-arms, that will leave you 56 gold worth of spears.
Sounds good.
And the smith, or rather the provisioner, will purchase those from you. As the day wears on, word spreads pretty fast. And you, as a party, are approached in the tavern by an official, the Castellan's second. And he says, adventurers, warriors, I have been dispatched by the Castellan. If it is convenient for you, I would like it if you would accompany me to the Inner Bailey, so that you may meet him.
Excellent. What did
Is
they
it a
do?
drink?
Of course, there will be refreshments, sir.
Good. Slaying all these creatures is damn thirsty work.
As I can imagine, it is. I'm sorry. What was your question, my lord?
What did they do with the hobgoblin?
Oh, he's been interned in the dungeon. He will be put to the question about any actions and activities of his kind, and then once all of our curiosity regarding security, he will die on the gibbet in the morrow, I would assume.
Okie dokie.
Well done.
All right.
Lick my fingers and slick my eyebrows back. I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
Scratch my backside to make sure I'm ready.
anyone doing anything different? Anything at all?
Besides washing my face? No.
So we got no reward from those nobles or anything like that. We just took them back to their apartment, let them go inside all peacefully, live like the 1% and whatnot.
We haven't had any reward from them yet.
It's not like we don't know where they live.
We know where they live.
I do.
Okay. So
The thief knows where they live. That's
Yeah.
the most.
when you enter
One way for a house to burn down.
when you enter the inner bailey of the keep, It is a keep within a keep. The grounds here are, you can tell, are used for military drill, but they are also very well kept up. And it occurs to you that even if the outer keep fell, that this could be, that they could fall, that the citizenry of the keep could fall back in here and still be safe. They could still hold out. Greeting you in the court is a fellow that looks like he is of elven descent. There's a touch of gray in his hair, so you suspect he's probably half elven. And he smiles when he sees you and spreads his hands and says, "At last, we finally meet. You're the ones who've been stirring up all the trouble in the caves of chaos and bringing us tokens of appreciation. I'm Marcus, the castellan of this keep. Welcome, honored guests."
Grimsby takes off his hat and says, "Good to meet you."
He kind of arches his eyebrows at Brug's, but are you unwell, half-orc?
Vrug is very good at what he does. He doesn't do well with social situations.
I live, I love, I slay, and I'm content.
I see. So sometimes having simple goals and directions in life is for the best. But please let us not stand under the blazing sun. Let us go in, and I will. We can have refreshments, and we can discuss your latest campaign into the into yonder distant caves.
Sure.
And this guy does not come across as foppish. He's very sure in his movements and his speech. So you suspect he's got some some experience under his belt.
Must be old for a half elf.
So
All right, let's follow him in.
yeah, you're led into a hall.
Grimsby's casually casing the joint.
Okay. Yeah, there's a long table, and if he wasn't preparing for a meal that just happened to have 6 guests at it, he has got some crack staff here, because there are place settings and there is food. He said, "Please make yourselves comfortable. We have much to discuss."
She takes a seat.
Very well.
All right.
Got some wine.
Yeah, the wine is excellent. He asks you, is it a unified front in the caves? Have you seen a large cohort of monsters readying themselves for an attack?
No, they all seem to hate each other anyway.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they have some good weapons. We had these spears that the goblins had. It's not like their usual stuff. They stole from someplace, or they got it.
They're yours? Throw one to them?
No, don't throw spears at aristocrats, please.
Well, we are missing those spears, but if they're well made, then I can tell you they're not of goblin make. They were likely looted from one of the caravans that has been despoiled by the goblins and the demi men and other dreadful beings that live in the cave. So you say you've seen no unified front, no massing of forces there?
No, but the hobgoblin we brought in did say something about a big boss. So I don't know if if they're going to be able to get any more out of him about that. I don't know if there's like somebody trying to bring them all together.
Well, as you may have heard, he's being put to the question in the the gale below, but I'm not confident that much can be extracted from him. And he listens to your details about the ogre. Well, let me put the brakes on there. What do you tell him? Do you tell him about the kobolds and the goblins? It's just all of it.
I was going to say there's quite a contingent of monsters in those caves. So far, we've come across ogres, goblins, hobgoblins, gnolls, orcs.
Other kobolds that were bigger.
There
Yeah,
was one ogre. Yeah.
but the different races don't seem to be unified, at least not
Yeah, it
yet.
doesn't seem to be like they're working together. No. The hobgoblins had the gnolls and orcs on the rack, as well as humans.
That is some comfort. And I also heard that you dealt a stunning blow to the bandits that had recently taken advantage of our concern with the thorn in the side that the caves causes.
Yes, we took care of those bandits, drove them off, killed a bunch.
You are puissant skill at arms, and I salute you all. Thank you. Thank you. You have the thanks of myself and the rest of the good folk of the keep as we attempt to push back the darkness and bring a little bit more civilization to these lands. And we are forever in your debt for your assistance today. The merchant and his wife were valued members of our community, part of the commerce and trade traffic here, and returning them safely to us has my deep gratitude. He's a well-considered member here in the keep.
Vrug has a question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Does he drink for free?
Okay.
Oh.
So
Please help yourself.
No, forever.
Oh, you do have us on, Vrug.
You mentioned a debt to us.
I will.
Forever, right?
Perhaps
I just wanna drink.
we could cash a little bit of that in. Adventuring is very expensive work.
No,
what-
I understand. You have material needs, and as such, I will speak to the merchant folk within the keep, and I will grease the gears as I can for any transactions and needs that you yourselves might require. As for myself, and as for yourself, I will levy no taxes on jewelry and gemstones that you bring from yonder caves. Word is bond.
So what are these apartments I hear about?
I would
I
like
like to drink alone. Put me in a room over there. And just supply me with the drink.
Sir Standard, you had a question.
Okay. Actually, Rube didn't hit, I guess, despite his idiocy, far from the mark. Would your kindness go so far as to allowing us to purchase an apartment?
But of course, there are a couple of the apartments on the that are against the southern wall there that are almost always available. Of course.
Now, second question. If we volunteer to be in your service, may we stay for as long as we are in your service?
As long as you are in the service of the keep, certainly. I think that is an entirely reasonable request, considering the good you've done for us.
Well, gents, are we going to be the keep's men at arms?
You're a smart elf.
I am the smartest one in this room.
Of course you would think that.
I would know that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Well, please. The next course is is a rich, creamy broth of crayfish from fresh from the river. We have fine white loaves coming out of the oven right now, and of course, from Maine's thick, hearty portions of beef. And he just goes on and describes a bill of fare that sounds absolutely wonderful, and says, I trust you will stay through the evening and tell me of news from the west and the north.
Pretty shucking crayfish.
Grimsby eats a lot.
Okay. No, the crayfish, basically it's bisque. You don't have to shuck them.
I wanted to eat the shells. Damn it.
Sorry. There's a midden, I'm sure, just on the other side of the keep wall. You could probably go and go and avail yourself of. As the evening goes on, a page comes in and speaks quietly to the castellan, and he says, of course. And there are a couple of attendants enter the room, and they are attending to the merchant and his wife, who are cleaned up, dressed, bandaged, and they're moving slowly. They have been injured, but it is quite clear by the look on their faces that they wanted to be here. They wanted to meet you in less horrible and desperate circumstances. And they pour out their thanks for you. I thank you. The guild thanks you. And my wife, Jane, has something she would like to present your group with. She motions to one of the attendants, who hands her a wooden box that she opens, and there is a beautiful poignard in there, and it has a faint blue glow to it. And she says, you are many, and this is but a single token. Would that I could arm you all with the mightiest of magics and the most adamantine of armors to send you in to extirpate every one of the mongrel beings of those caves. I am almost ashamed that this is all that I can offer you. To whichever of you it will assist the most, please take this small and unworthy token.
Poignard qualifies as what?
Dagger?
The dagger, my dude.
Yeah, it's a dagger. Hey, Kevin came back just in time for the party. All right, welcome back, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks a lot. They hung up the meeting early, so.
Woohoo! All right. Well, we're just about wrapping up here, but basically, you're being feted by the castellan for your deeds of rescuing the merchant. The merchant and his wife are also attending the fete, and she has presented the party with a dagger, with a magical dagger.
Wow.
And I shan't, I won't trail you guys along. It is a +1 dagger. She obviously doesn't say, that's +1. You know, it's just carved right there on the blade.
Under my breath.
Yeah.
Check magic on it.
Damn. If it wasn't a dagger, I'd say give it to one of the fighters, but I guess Grimsby. It's probably you.
Oh, I guess I'll take it if you make me take it, I guess.
But see, you're the one that took that shiny bracelet before, so I don't want to give it to you. We have another one in the party, don't we?
Another one? One what?
As in small character.
No, that was my gnome that got killed.
Oh, okay, yeah, he got it.
No,
Okay.
I'm gone.
He definitely doesn't need the dagger.
Very
We'll zoom in.
I guess,
We'll
yeah, I
zoom
guess
in
it
and
has to,
rebury it.
have to be Grimsby.
I will use it for the party's benefit.
Benefit of the party, yeah. Good answer.
Cutting purses, sticking into a wall to help you
Yeah,
climb
yeah.
up. It's a second
Breaking my
story.
teeth, my fingernails.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we will go ahead then and end on a high note with It is a quiet but pleasant affair, and we'll pick it up right here next week with you guys. If you have any questions you want to formulate in the week, and then of course once all this is over, there will be XP rewards for everything that you picked up from the monsters and from the monsters' deaths themselves. I want to thank everybody in the audience who stuck it out tonight and listened along. I hope you had a lot of fun. Thank you so much to my players, to Baron Von Headbanger as Boone Crockett, Mark as Grimsby Doomsword for Vroog, TK as Sir Standard, Mobius playing Duran, and of course Kevin stepping in at the last minute. I hope you brought pizza for having to leave as Tonskull. We will be back tomorrow night, of course, with Kyle. Kyle will be here, and we're going to have a lot of fun chit-chatting. We'll find something to do, I promise you. And then Thursday night, you don't want to miss Thursday night because Heidi and Eric will be here, and we're going to drink a toast because it'll be Gary's birthday, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So for all of the cast, thank you all very much for being here tonight. Thank you. We had a couple of supers. Thank you to LHRPG for joining up as a member of the channel, which you can do. It's right down there below. And for the super from Dorimo Nanimo. Thank you. Thank you so much. Players, you guys have an absolutely wonderful rest of your week. And until then, now that you have a +1 dagger, you might be better equipped, of course, to potentially deal with any owl bears. So good night, all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.